Yo, peace. He said, got the notifications quick for a change. That's a good sign. Good afternoon. What up, F? Shadur is getting finesse. This is messed up. What's your thoughts? My thoughts is this. The Cleveland Browns organization need to understand. We're not Browns fans. Nobody likes the Browns. I don't even think people in Cleveland like the Browns. We're not Browns fans. We're Shadur fans. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get your goofy ass out of here, yo. Yeah, they need to understand. We're not Cleveland Browns fans. We're Shadur fans. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand them giving a nod to Flacco because he's been a professional NFL quarterback. He's experienced some success. I believe he played for the Baltimore Ravens at a point in time. He's won some games in the league. So I understand them giving the nod to him. It seems to be like it might be one of them situations where the bumbling Browns, they wait until they 0-5, and then they gonna throw Shadur in there. So we ain't gonna see them until they 0-5. Daryl Javon. Appreciate your super chat. He said they need to trade him. I think Cleveland is a good spot for him because they got a huge population of blacks there, and they gonna come out and support him. They is that whole area, they gonna come and see him. Detroit is just like 2 hours away. Even people from the D will come and see Shadur play for the Browns. So they gonna go 0-5, and then they gonna throw him into a fucked up position. And you know, the fans are gonna encourage the organization to play him. I can just see them raising hell and putting some pressure on the Browns organization to throw him in the game at some point, because that's what's going to sell tickets. Nobody's coming to see Joe Flacco, for real. Super Jones, the new generation is obsessed with disrespecting the elders. I was born in '88. That's a great year, and I can spit rappers delight word for word. I'm proud to be a student of the game. It helps to be a student of the game if you plan on being in media. That's independent dope. For y'all who don't know Super Jones, that's independent dope. He runs one of the more informative media platforms. The name of this chat is Can I Kick It? This is when I come in here and we bust it up about random topics, but I want to talk about Fivio. Y'all know I came here for that. I feel bad for the rapper who grew up on Chief Keef shaking my damn head. When I said that I made a live stream about it prior to, well, not a live stream, a green screen video about it prior to this going out. And I spoke about Fivio Foreign. He said that the song that he was familiar with was One Mic. And I said it was a bunch of yelling. If you a fan of Nas music, that was a bunch of goddamn yelling. Nas is smooth and laid back. One Mic is a goddamn bunch of yelling and shit, man. I mean, if Fivio Foreign, if out of all of the songs, Jamar, what's up? Out of all of the songs that Nas has, if One Mic is the one that you remember, you probably remember it because he was yelling and shit. That's nobody's favorite song. It is, man. That's nobody's favorite song. If somebody that you're not good, that's not gonna come up. If somebody is discussing Nas, they're gonna talk about One Love. They're gonna talk about Life's a Bitch. They're gonna talk about the It Was Written album. They're gonna talk about Project Windows, Last Words of a Hanging Slave. He has some signature songs. You know what I'm saying? He has some signature songs. He said that's a God song. They gonna talk about Ether. Man, ain't nobody gonna be talking about no goddamn One Mic, man. It was nobody's favorite song. That shit was, it was, no. That shit was ran pretty heavily on TRL, for y'all who probably too young to remember. TRL was a show that was hosted by Carson Daly. It was called Total Request Live. If Mastermind was that shit, homeboy who just said that. Um, if you watched it TRL, you remember that they used to always play One Mic on there and shit. But that just wasn't it. I don't think nobody in here can recite anything that he said on One Mic. If I ruled the world, that was a great one. I was appalled at Fivio saying that dumb shit. I got nieces, right? I got nieces. I remember them singing "If I Ruled the World." Like they took to that hook by Lauryn Hill. Like so they was exposed to Nas. They had if a Nas song came on, they was in tune with who it was, and they girls and shit. Like how are you in your 20s and you didn't have a palette for Nas's music? If you didn't like Nas, if you didn't like his music, you liked his style of dress. You liked it his haircut, the half moon part, the Caesar. He rapped about the Caesar. Like there was other things beyond the actual music that would attract you to him, like his style. Go look at the role he played in the movie Belly and shit. He just was a smooth nigga, and it didn't resonate. Nas is like, that was that shit. Nostradamus, I fucked with that. Nas is like, um, he has a plethora of songs, but One Mic just wasn't. If that's the one that you remember, how does One Mic stand out to you over Ether? That don't make sense. So some people were saying that he was he said that because he was I don't know, trying to cater to Jim Jones' ego when he said that. But it just didn't make any sense. These niggas is bugging the fuck out, man. These young niggas is different. They different like a motherfucker. And I like some Chief Keef music. I do. Thief's theme. He said because he heard One Mic after Kendrick made it. This is another crime. This is the crime right here. And it was Nas's fault. I believe wasn't. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody stop me, right? The song that um, Fivio Foreign is on, the song that he's on with Nas, is that Nas's song? Somebody, please tell me. The song that he's on, is that Nas's song or is it Fivio's song? It's Nas' song. It's Esco's song. Okay. Christopher Williams, I appreciate your super chat. He said, when I listen to Fivio music, it all makes sense. All right, so it's Nas' song. This is one of the problems that I've had with Nas. What are you doing music with these weird ass niggas? Why do you have this nigga on your song? And you see what this nigga ended up saying about you, that he wasn't familiar with your music or like that. So he basically occupied a spot in a great opportunity that benefited him. But the fact that you did a song with him says that you was pulling a stunt, Esco. You was pulling a stunt by putting some of these new school niggas on your music and shit. Nas had no business fucking with this dude. Nothing about Fivio Foreign is consistent with an artist like Nas. Why do you have this nigga on a song with you? Why? He said, exactly, I have the same issue with Esco. This is the shit that I've been saying. Jay-Z would never do no shit like that. He said, yeah, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand this shit either. Hove would never do no shit like that. When he said trying to cross over and pop a pill. A fucking disaster. Fucking disaster. And nobody listened to it. That's what make Jay-Z smart. You just can't get a feature. He said Hit Boy did it. I had a problem with them Hit Boy songs. I got on this platform and y'all argued with me about Hit Boy's relevance. Hit Boy this, he did that. I've given y'all my most transparent feelings about Nas. I told y'all, he said Nas showing love. Was the song any good? Because I ain't never heard this shit. Nothing about a Nas song with Fivio Foreign would make me go listen to it. If it was advertised. If Nas had a song with Drake, I'd check for it. If Nas had a song with Rick Ross, I'd check for it. If I heard that Nas had a song with Fivio Foreign, I'm not going to look that shit up. It don't even sound fly. It don't sound fly. Nas music does require a certain aptitude. Exactly. So why would you put somebody on a track with you of this magnitude? You could have just took any of the idiots from this generation. Fivio, Bobby Shmurda, Tekashi 69. Any of these new school crash outs. You could have put any of them niggas on a song and it wasn't going to be interesting. It was going to be a bad idea. So he said, I ain't going to lie. I'm a Nas fan. That song is buns. Somebody else said it's a good song. That song ain't no good. You know why? If it was good, I would have heard it by now. I would have heard it by now. Nas is trying to connect with the young niggas. They don't want him. They keep dissing him. These young niggas don't want nothing to do with Esco. You know why? Because you're required to think. He'll say something that it's going to be thought-provoking on some level. So ain't no connecting with these young niggas. They don't want nothing to do with him. It's just a bad idea. But yeah, Fivio said that he's never listened to he said, I heard, I fuck with one mic. Out of all the songs that Nas got, that's what you got out of it, one mic. Where were you when he was battling Jay-Z? And you from Brooklyn. He was battling arguably the greatest MC that ever came out of Brooklyn. High profile. Was on a radio station. Funk Flex was dropping bombs on that shit. How did you not get ether, but you got one mic? You ain't gonna never hear nobody that like Nas start talking about one mic. They not. They gonna talk about other songs. It ain't gonna be one mic. Yeah, nigga said one mic. Oh shit. This is another bad idea. He said new school crash outs. Chris Williams, I appreciate your super chat. They is, man. They is. These dudes, if they not crashing out physically, they crashing out with some shit that they saying out of their mouth. Fivio just came home from jail like a month ago. And he said it, he posted it online. He said he when he came home, he was trying to figure out how he's gonna get lit. And people told him to buy some podcast equipment. Streaming, that's what people told him. He said, nigga out of order, 35 years old, talking about Chief Keef. People show you every day that they didn't come outside until they were of legal age. The fact that he said it like shit was cool was mind-boggling. He was being transparent. He was. I don't get it. It says a lot about the people that he was around. What barbershops was you in when you wasn't hearing no Nas music? Whose car was you hopping in and out of when you was a shorty, when you was coming up? Who was the older niggas that was around you? There's people in here right now that y'all might be 5 your age and y'all might be younger. But you know what? Your mama was playing Nas in the crib. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's almost like a song that's associated with black culture. Life's a bitch and then you die. I believe that was a Gap Band track. I think that was a beat that was taken from the Gap Band. Just the way that it sound. Just erase the lyrics that was mentioned. Just the way that it sound. This is some shit that niggas gonna pop in a deck at the cookout. This is some shit that you're just gonna casually hear. It's it's some young niggas in here right now. You heard your mother playing that in the house. You know what I'm saying? You heard your dad playing that in the house. You heard that in your uncle's car and shit like that. How did you miss it? I don't understand. Fivio is definitely afraid to grow up though. These niggas need to be locked up. Isn't he from the Caribbean? Yearning for your love. That's the Gap Band, right? My heart is yeah, yearning for your love. Never heard a Fivio song, but I'm on the West Coast. We ain't never heard of a Fivio song, and we on the East Coast. I just know that he was one of them ski mask niggas. The niggas that was wearing them Pooh Shiesty masks. That's all I know about Fivio for, and I'm serious. And I know that he was popping a few years ago. I believe he has a million Instagram followers. That's what music has come to. The niggas that got the most followers, that's who record labels choose to do business with. Culture wants to stay young as long as possible instead of embracing adult life. Fabio tried to fill that Pop Smoke void, but he ain't got it. Pop Smoke had something. He's a fly nigga. He made good songs. He did. Pop Smoke had good music. He had a good voice, good cadence. Nobody of his generation that came behind him could hold that, for real. He said he really wanted to be Pop Smoke, if you want to be honest. I know I Can was the Black Elementary School Jam. I was thinking about that last night. So it's kids that's attracted to some of Nas music. I done seen him singing it. I done seen him singing it. I done been in houses when that song come on. They probably can't recite his lyrics, but when that hook come on, little kids reciting that shit. Subscribe to the channel. It's over 300 people here. I know it's early afternoon. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to like this video. I let my kids listen to I Can. Fabio reminds me of a drill version of Safari. My little daughter loved that song. I think most of these niggas say anything to go viral now. My son sing that joint right now. He's 4. As soon as it come on. It's very catchy, but for whatever reason, the only thing that piqued Fabio Foreign's interest was one mic. I don't know how that works out. I just don't. He said, who the better point guard, Chris Paul or Dennis Johnson, and why? Dennis Johnson won multiple championships. I believe he won one in Seattle and he won a few in Boston. You can't even compare the two. They think being ignorant is cool. I seen somebody say that in my comments. I agree with you. So, of course, they wouldn't gravitate to an artist like Nas. Nas is gonna say something that's not thought provoking. Jim was trying to stop him. It did look like Jim was trying to put it into perspective before he got way out there with what he was saying. I'm beginning to stay off social media because of the nonsense people do and say for attention. Salute. Put it in the comment section. China Bremen, a builder in China. I appreciate you sliding through. Keep up the good work. All these whack dudes out here, and they keep saying Nas' name. These dudes is grade A clowns with no resume, and they speaking on gods. That's why this is the wackest generation ever. When it comes to barking up the wrong tree, I just feel that, like, the whole Nas thing, I'm going to just say it, If you didn't get the Nas shit, you're not thorough. You're not. I got nephews, man. I got a lot of them, man. They absorbed that shit. They just absorbed it. You could just there was other things about Nas that would attract a young nigga to become a fan of his and shit. It was. It was. And if you didn't get that, it just tells me a lot about your upbringing. Tells me a lot about the guys that you were around and shit like that. My style, some of my perspectives, my values was shaped from being around older guys and shit. Like, if we wasn't playing sports, I didn't hang around niggas my age and shit. I was loud in the whip, you know what I mean? I was embraced and shit, man. I was rolling with older niggas, man, by all means. So the shit that they was on, I was absorbing that shit, and it reflects in my dress code and shit like that. Why did he have them big ass boots on? It's not summertime in New York. If you look at today's youth, you will see they don't respect culture or community. They don't use common sense, and they are followers. Agreed. Nas range is crazy. This nigga did I Can, Ether, and One Mic in the same 24-month period. How can you be a New York rapper and not know Illmatic? Because if you want to be technical, the style of music that these young niggas do, it's not what we would generally consider to be rapping. Rapping is like bars, verses, and shit like that. Words that connect. Most of these niggas was singing. They came with the sing style, like Little Dirk and all of that type of shit. Like, that's, for the most part, that's the style of rap that these young niggas came. That's what they. That's what they on. Um, when Nick Grant came out from Atlanta, it was a big deal that he was a young nigga and he was spitting bars and shit like that. You're not seeing in that for real. You're not seeing no new MCs that's young, that's coming in there spitting. They not. They the way that they make music is different. They kind of like be singing and shit, like singing in a rhyme form. I believe they not on that. Like, you not they not on it for real. That's why Griselda and Benny and them. That's why they became such a big deal, because they was of a younger generation. They didn't reach 40 now, but you can say that they've been out for like maybe 10 years. 10 years ago, they was in their 30s. I believe Spesh still ain't 40. Spesh might be like 39. But these niggas was in their 30s. And they was spitting. And that's what people appreciated about them. That's why they was embraced by the Wu-Tangs, the Cormegas, the Escos, and the lyricists and shit. But these young niggas, you can't name me one. Just name one, anybody. Refer me to somebody. A young nigga that's spitting that got bars and shit. Y'all can't do it. Fat Joe ain't making it no better. Chris, I appreciate your super chat. He said they're a bunch of TJ Swans. They be grunting and shit. Skirt! Niggas be saying skirt. What the fuck is that? JID is super fire for a young boy. I like to call it melody rap. Razcast son can rap. Simba, La Russell, they got it. I'm glad y'all mentioned them. I don't think Simba and La Russell and them is young though. I believe them niggas is in like their mid-30s. Razcast son, I believe he got two of them. Them niggas is fire. G Herbo said he was influenced by the East Coast. He ain't no young nigga either. He's in his mid-30s. Larry June is in his mid-30s. Rome Streets is in his mid-30s. Joey Badass. I don't know how old Ito is. Ito, I'm pretty sure he's in his mid-30s and shit, but I'm speaking of niggas in their 20s. He said, yeah, Simba and them is in their early to mid-30s. There's definitely a disconnect that don't exist when I was a youngin'. Herbo is 29. Born Majesty. I'm excited for the new Ghostface and Mobb Deep albums. Appreciate your super chat. Shout out to Esco for bringing that to the table. He said, well, shit, there isn't any. Let's be honest, though. None of these new guys can hold a candle to the top tier rappers in the late 90s, early 2000s. YNX is the nicest nigga in his 20s that I heard. I agree. Corey Gunn's got to be at least 30. He was 20 in the Smack DVD era. He was 19 or 20 when he was on Smack. Corey Guns is at least 30 right now. Do you like the Hit Boy albums? I didn't like the Hit Boy albums, and I didn't like his daddy. I didn't like the Hit Boy projects, and I didn't like his daddy, man. Thought his dad was garbage. He came out here, they forced him on us. That nigga went right back to the penitentiary. Man, y'all done brought this ex-con out here, man, about to try to force him down our throat just because he hit boy daddy. I'll take this nigga back to the Compton swap meet where y'all got this nigga, man. That's a shame how they can just, motherfucker just pop out. And he got all these goddamn followers and shit because he's Hit Boy's daddy. This nigga couldn't rap a lick. That nigga came out here and went straight back to the penitentiary. Some of y'all was buying that shit. Daryl Juwan, I appreciate your super chat. Some of y'all was buying that shit. I seen y'all in the comments. Some of you niggas in here. Talking about some, that's Hit Boy daddy. That nigga garbage. Nigga come out of jail with that hip hop, but hip hop, and it does. This nigga trying to live out his dreams. Cause his son in the industry, man, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, fucking up the wreck. Nobody wanna hear that. Nobody wanna hear that shit, man. Motherfuckers is really, go look at I don't know if his Instagram page is still up. Go look at the niggas that was in his comments putting them, the fire emoji under his rap. So I'm like, man, this is oh my God, this is a damn shame. See, this is why he said Alchemist Beats couldn't save him. What is he even doing on an Alchemist beat? What is he even doing in the same room as Alchemist? Oh, shit. Big hit on bars on 9-5. He said, damn, he back in there for another 12. I don't know what the nigga did. I know he went straight back to jail, though. He wasn't out here for a year. He did a whole project with Game. That shit triple wood, man. Stop trying to force feed us your relatives and shit, man, with that whack music. Nigga came out here looking like one of them extras from Colors and shit. Nigga look just... This nigga, he couldn't shake it off, man. Take this nigga back to Pelican Bay, man. He said saying Bompton over and over. Speedball this nigga back to the B yard at Pelican Bay where he belonged. He said I had hit in that game, hit album. The shit was dumpster juice. CB4, yeah. Is that the same dude that was on Funk Flex? They was fucking with it, man. He was going from platform to platform. Like, man, this is insane. I can't do it. He said, looking like Nipsey and Snoop Dogg. Subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all like the video. It's almost 400 people here. Good afternoon. Came here to talk about everything that's wrong right now. I hope it gets better. It's fucked up. Rest in peace to I can't remember what city that she's in. This lady got eaten by her pit bull, got killed. I seen, he said Nas did a song on him. I believe Nas was running around with that nigga because of Hit Boy. It's crazy. Rest in peace to that lady who got eaten up by her pit bull, man. I know we've seen this before. We've seen dogs turn on their owners and shit. I wish somebody could have helped her, you know. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. He said another Nas special. What cities is up in here this afternoon, man? I appreciate y'all coming through to kick it with the dribble. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. The lady a few years back got mauled by Hurricane Corso. Them pits are dangerous. Irvington, New Jersey, Minneapolis, Camden, Columbus, Erie, PA. What up? 814, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Atlanta, Arizona, Charlotte, Hartford, Washington, D.C., Newark, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Cleveland, Norfolk, what up? 757. Newark, Chi-Town. Having a pit without a pistol is crazy work. Lafayette, by the way of St. Louis, the land. 412, what's up, she? Seattle, Asbury Park, Maryland, Philly, Atlanta, D.C., Lexington, Kentucky. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Make sure y'all like the video and share this live stream to your social media platforms. I had to come down to my office and research. I got an interview coming up. I had to do some research. So that's what brought me here today. But the Netherlands, what's up? It was very, very important that we got a chance to chat about this Fivio foreign situation and the deterioration of THRU amongst this generation. I don't know what happened, man. I think the drug game put a lot of influential black men in prison for a period of time, and these young niggas was on the block by themselves, raising themselves, though. So it wasn't no guidance, no tutelage, and the finished product is niggas like Fivio Foreign. He said Fivio only here to fill Pop Smoke void, but he's not. He's not. These are the kids of crack babies. He's not. Pop Smoke, I actually made good music. I liked the Pop Smoke. I did. A lot of these young niggas is on drugs. I agree with you 100%. And it reflects in some of the shit that come out their mouth. It does. Hov got some cooking up from what Bleak said on Drink Champs. It's a good time for him to come out. I hope he come out with some fire. He too will be judged. If it's good, we fucking with it. If it ain't no good, we not fucking with it. for real. But this is a good time for him to come out. His music is charting on Apple Music right now. That's a good thing. You can tell Pop Smoke had older niggas around him. He had an old soul. The little niggas just need to pay more attention in school and stop thinking everyone owed him something. It was a nigga in my comments that said, why y'all keep trying to force Nas on us? We ain't trying to force nothing on you goofy ass young niggas. Nobody trying to force nothing on you niggas. You niggas is going to the penitentiary. We fucking all y'all girlfriends. You little goofy niggas, man, y'all get knocked down, going to the penitentiary. We be fucking the shit out y'all broads and shit. That's what you need to worry about. Talk about what we forcing on y'all. We don't even consider you niggas. We don't. We ain't tripping off no young niggas, man. Y'all don't even be out. Y'all don't even be out here long enough for a motherfucker to consider you and shit. Tell you something, right? All y'all little girlfriends got an older nigga they fucking and shit. Bitches love hopping in and out of our Benzes and Beamers and Range Rovers and shit like that. You niggas not riding like that. Young bitches love being in them leather seats. You know what I'm saying? Behind tinted glass. They ain't got to worry about much. Bitches got to fear for their life getting in cars with you niggas. Bitches don't want y'all, man. Y'all just, I don't know. They just got y'all because a lot of them can't be seen with us publicly and shit. But every bitch in her 20s got a nigga in their 40s. They do. Y'all don't smell like us. Y'all ain't fly like us. Y'all ain't stable like us. None of that shit. You niggas be, y'all young niggas. Y'all still running from y'all POs and shit like that. Niggas still running from y'all POs and shit, taking niacin pills, ecstasy, all type of y'all. It's a mess. So yeah, we not tripping off you little niggas at all. We not. And y'all don't even pose a problem for us because y'all don't even be on the street long enough. He said them little niggas on scooters, them niggas riding around on them scooters to cover up the fact that they walking. Your keys don't look like that. You said taking niacin pills. They do be taking them niacin pills. I was a young nigga before, taking them goddamn pills, itching and shit all crazy. When I see you in the streets, I don't see none of that. Damn, Playboy, what the fuck is the Hummer hat? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? Hove addressed you niggas. He addressed you niggas on imaginary players. Now we got these young cats all up in they dumb raps. Talking how they fun stack. When I see you in the streets, I don't see none of that. It's the truth, and that's an old song. Good afternoon, everybody. He said these young niggas running crazy around Cincinnati. They running crazy around everywhere. They is. They continue to run till they on that yard, running around that track. So, good afternoon, everybody, man. It's civilized and shit. I'm glad y'all was able to make it here this afternoon. This is the real Gully TV, hip hop, sports, and fashion. If that's what you into, you came to the right place. Word. Do you think racism still exists today? Of course it still exists. My homeboy just got killed by a state parole agent. He was white, and the district attorney who hasn't charged him, even though um, the coroner stated that it was a homicide. The district attorney still ain't filed no charges. She's a white woman and shit. I've learned to exist amongst the devilishment in the world and shit. So if my man don't never get no justice in the courts, I ain't gonna lose no sleep about it because I've been dealing with this shit my whole life, for real. And if y'all want to keep it 1,000, if George Floyd, if that shit wasn't on camera, George Floyd, that dude wouldn't have went to prison and shit. That shit was on camera. And the riots that followed, you know, kind of like pushed the envelope and shit. But in my opinion, don't nothing counter aggression but aggression and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he said it's no, it was a male police officer. Yeah, it still exists. Y'all heard about the missing black truck driver found hanging from a tree? It's a lot of shit that's going on in the world that we don't have any control over. But you know, when you black, you know what we up against. So you know, it ain't no need to get excited or anything like that. You know, just use your intelligence. Appreciate y'all for coming through to kick it with the dribble. I just got done meeting with my accountant. Shout out to people that's good with numbers, yo. I was just listening to this lady and shit like, damn, you should, hold on. Put the green screen on them. I was just sitting with this lady right here. That's my accountant. And we was going over some things, and I was just simply amazed at the way she operates with numbers. Math was never one of my strong points in school and shit. Every other class I dominated. Math, algebra, statistics, shit like that. Shit was always somewhat complicated for me and shit. But shout out to the professionals. He said, not the green screen. They gave us some tools, man. YouTube has some tools that we could access now and shit. So yeah, I put myself in the office. Who you got, Bud or Canelo? I'm going with Bud. You already know that, man. Make sure y'all go to the website and get that trifecta. Gully, in the game of YouTube, what's more important, talent or consistency? I'm glad you said that. I was thinking about doing a green screen video and pointing out some of the musts that a YouTuber should put on his checklist. Consistency is important. You have to be doing regular uploads or you're gonna get lost. You're gonna get lost because you got some niggas that's uploading every day, all day, and you will just get lost. They will just flood you out of the algorithm. So consistency is important. Original content is the second most important thing. You remember some years ago when we was all interviewing gangsters and shit like that? You know, the Haitian Jacks, the Alpos, and Brian Glaze Gibbs, Sean Branch. Like, remember we was doing all of that? That shit was popping for like 2 years. It was blazing hot. It was nothing, no content bigger than that. It had the minds and attention of everybody online. That shit ain't popping no more and shit. It's not working anymore. So you gotta find something else to keep your audience engaged. You gotta find something else. And I personally believe that it don't matter who you interview. It's more so about the questions that you ask them. And, you know, just make sure you got some good quality lighting, some good editing software. People know how to differentiate between the amateurs and the pros and shit. It show in your finished product. So that's why you see a lot of green screen content from me now. You got to be different if you plan on standing out. If not, then you're not going to be around. They just, on the 15th of, I think it was July, YouTube activated some new standards that will change what is qualified to be, what can be monetized and what can't be monetized. And that's why you don't see a lot of people, like a lot of people, they just fading off and shit, because you can't monetize a video talking about another nigga to calling him a snitch or some shit like that. Like, YouTube ain't monetizing them videos, so if that's what you into, you're not gonna make money doing it. I guess somebody I'm trying to interview from California that's big on his clothing brand, he's pretty known out here. The camera matters too. If your interviews look like the Art of Dialogue and Cam Capone, you're getting faster. Art of Dialogue came out of nowhere. Um, I believe location plays uh, a big part in some people's success. Let's say if somebody is situated in Atlanta or Houston or California, these are three cities that a lot of celebrities naturally gonna come through en route to doing other business ventures and shit. So accessibility means a lot. I believe Art of Dialogue is in the South somewhere, probably around Texas or something like that. Once you get your network going together, I believe Art of Dialogue is paying a lot of people now too. And if it mathematically makes sense to you, then do that. For real. Star K7X, you got to super chat that, pimp. He said, yeah, he in Texas. I figured that. The best camera that somebody can create content with. I got these, right? I got the high powered Canons and shit like that. But I prefer to use something like this because I can attach an iPhone to this. And the iPhone is 4K. So a lot of my content, it depends. It depends, like whether or not I feel like fucking with a camera. But I keep a few iPhones around because they 4K, and you can airdrop the content to your editing software, be it a MacBook computer or a Mac Mini. You got some people that's even editing on their phones and shit. So long as it's 4K or 1080p. 1080p is still good money, as long as you got good lighting. It's all good. I mean, what was revolutionary yesteryear is commonplace now. Content has to be articulate and relevant. I agree. I agree. My man said I'm broke as fuck till Friday. This shit got to stop. If you got a car, man, you can always do the Uber, DoorDash, all that type of shit. Niggas get money doing that shit, man. It's about how you apply yourself. Did you see the Lance Rivera interview? I did. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. That's my 50 minutes. Super chatters, you did your thing. I appreciate it. Make sure that y'all watch my video that I posted right before this. It's a video about Fivio Foreign and how I felt that you can tell a lot of these younger cats, they not listening to quality hip hop music because they not absorbing the lessons. I've learned a whole lot of philosophical shit from music and shit like that. But you ain't gonna learn nothing if you listen to music talking about the ops and spinning the block and all that crazy shit. There's no lessons gained from those. Only lessons that's gained from those is when these niggas get arrested and go to the penitentiary. Incarceration saves lives. It does. I DoorDash with an old slow phone. DoorDash kicked me off the app. Get off the internet and get the hustling. You can hustle on the internet, though. As a matter of fact, I feel that the internet is one of the most effective ways of hustling a day and shit. That's how I got in my. That's how I got in position. I wouldn't. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't um, get in the media for real. I'm just. I don't know. I got into it before everybody else. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I'm about to get up off of here. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so you get the notifications whenever I'm on live stream. Hit the top note. I'll catch up with y'all later this evening, man. Look for more exclusive content from The Real Gully TV. I'm on Instagram at I am Gully TV _. Make sure y'all go to that page, man. At I am Gully TV _. That's where all of the great debates and dialogue is conducted at. So make sure you get over there. I gotta go.